It's a new year, and with new year comes new Oakleys. We have 8 new eyeglass frames, and I'm very excited, so stay tuned. Hello and welcome. I am Eyeglass Tyler. It is 2021, and we have a whole new lineup of eyeglasses from Oakley, and I am very excited to talk about it. There are plenty of styles to choose from, and I would be shocked if one of you doesn't find at least one frame in this collection that you love. As a quick reminder, everything here is available from Oakley with their authentic lenses, meaning Oakley is making your lenses and prescription available in their classic 159 Plutonite, also high index 167, even high index 174 for those extreme, stronger prescriptions. And if you feel like I missed anything, if you still have questions about any of these frames, definitely leave a comment down in the comment section below because we love to hear from you and we will get back to you. As for now, let's get into these frames. Let's kick things off with the Trajectory. This is probably the most technical frame on this table. Very interesting style, definitely challenging norms in terms of eyeglass design, which is very Oakley, right? This comes in 2 eye sizes, a 55 and a 57. When you're talking SFW, that'll be 131 millimeters or 135 millimeters, which lands you at a men's medium or a women's medium to large. This frame was actually designed by the ever popular and very near and dear to our heart at SportRx, the racing jacket. May you rest in peace. Very, very cool design. A lot of technical elements to it with venting and a blending of materials. It looks like it's made out of all metal with the way that they designed the frame front, but the frame front is actually employing their nanomatter material, which is very rigid but very durable. And the temples are made out of premium titanium, which is very cool. It is a 6 base, which is also an uncommon thing in eyeglasses. Most are 4 or less, which that's the curvature of the lens. So it's kind of like a medium wrap lens curvature, which gives it a little more of a sporty element. And the temples are actually slightly adjustable to give you a little more customizability and a little more comfort. With unobtainium on the grip, you are definitely going to keep these on your head even if you start sweating, because you know what unobtainium is. They are also employing their True Bridge technology in this frame design. Just another one of these crazy technical aspects, which if you're unfamiliar with that, but maybe you're familiar with the term MNP. So this will come up on a few other frames in this lineup as well. So I'll explain it right now, and then I don't have to explain it again later. The True Bridge, or MNP, which stands for Modular Nose Pad, gives you more customizability in the bridge fit, in the nose fit. So it actually will come with multiple nose pieces, nose pads, that will better accommodate either a flatter nose bridge or a more prominent nose bridge and everything in between, which is really neat. This is a bit of an evolution. If you are familiar with MNP in past iterations, especially on something like they did it on the main link, they did it on the cross link. This I prefer because it actually has grip and it is the unobtainium material. It's also that saddle bridge style, which I really appreciate for comfort and long-term wear and just added grip. Honestly, the design allows it to grip even better. And that's neat. That's a cool thing to note about this frame, the Trajectory. Next up, we have the Tensile, which is honestly kind of similar to the Trajectory in terms of its approach design-wise. It is a flatter frame front, but it shares a lot of the other features. The temples are almost identical, if not identical, which is really cool. So all of those same features, it does have that same mix of materials. So you have that nanomatter frame front with the titanium temples. This also comes in 2 sizes, a 54 and a 56, which will give you an SFW of 130 or 134 respectively, which will land you at a men's small to medium or women's medium to large. And again, we see this more sport-oriented design in this frame, maybe a little less aggressive, definitely in the lens shape. It's not as angular. You don't have quite as many sport elements to it like the venting that I mentioned on the Trajectory, but it's going to look a little more everyday. The Trajectory looks a little more aggressive, so if you like the idea of something that still does give you that sport functionality, that crossover functionality, but isn't as aggressively sporty, then check out the Tensile. So as I mentioned, the temples are, I think, identical, and so you do have that same adjustability for maximizing customizability and comfort, and the unobtainium grip on the temples as well. This also has that True Bridge or MNP nose pad. Moving on to the Activate. Now we're getting even more into kind of that lifestyle design, but it still actually has a little bit of lens curvature. This is a 6-base lifestyle design. You still have some elements with grip here and there, which I'll get to in a moment, but overall, a much more daily, less aggressive, less sporty aesthetic. This is also available in 2 eye sizes, a 53 and a 55, which will give you an SFW of 125 or 130 respectively, which lands you at a men's small to medium or a women's medium. Now they have an O-matter frame front construction, so that material that we're all very familiar with, very lightweight, very durable. You do have unobtainium on the temples and in the nose. This is also the True Bridge or MNP nose pads. And so you're familiar at this point what that means. And so a really awesome frame. It's great if you are looking for something that's not out of place in just about any sport application, but is also much more everyday style-wise. So check this out if that's up your alley. Next up, we have the Volt Drop, and I think this style is the most at home for me because it is very reminiscent of styles like the Air Drop, for instance, and I'm pretty sure there's a reason that they sound similar. I think that it kind of is cousin to that frame style, and there are a couple others in that realm as well. But this is a cool style for someone looking for a really good all-around lifestyle design, a little more of a modern lens shape. It's a little bit larger, a little more kind of oversized, rectangular, but you still have grip in the temples. Also available in 2 eye sizes, a 52 and a 54. That gives you an SFW of 130 or 134 respectively, which lands you at a men's medium or a women's medium to large. With an O-matter frame construction, like we know, lightweight and durable, a really good looking frame. If you're looking for something that's not too aggressive, not too wild, still really reliable, durable, kind of an update in that airdrop, ever popular airdrop world, this might be a good option for you. Essentially, it has all of the features that you need for an everyday eyeglass and then a little bit. Next up, we have the Cellar. Now we're getting into a little bit back into some of the technical designs, but with a metal frame. This is available in 2 eye sizes as well, 52 and 54. That gives you an SFW of 137 or 140, which lands you at a men's large or women's extra large. A little more of a kind of minimalist design while still having some technical aspects to it. It is made out of Oakley's C5 alloy metal on the frame front, and it actually has lightweight stainless steel temples. The ear socks, you do have grip, which is really nice. They are employing that nice pillow design on the nose pad, which is good for comfort, but I find it tends to grip a little bit better. But it's a silicone nose pad, and all of these things are adjustable, of course. And also a call out to the hinge design. I really love this hollow point hinge design. Not only does it look cool, but it's super secure, doesn't get loose, and it has no screws, so the screws can't fall out. Just essentially a design you don't have to fuss with and is very durable and reliable. That's the Cellar. Next up, we have the Wiretap 2.0 RX, and we're getting into some more of that technical design again. If you really like that Oakley disruptive design, you should check this out. And it's an interesting blend because it is a semi-rimless design, which typically, generally speaking, is an option that people go for when they want to have a less bold frame. You want to have a frame that doesn't stand out quite as much and blends in a little more, but that's not really what you get with this. So it's an interesting blend of designs. This also is available in 2 eye sizes, 54 and 56, and it has an SFW of 128 or 132, which lands you at a men's small to medium or a women's medium. This is a very interesting frame size-wise and really speaks to why the SFW is so important. If you're unfamiliar with what SFW is and why do I keep saying that, well, we'll put a link in the description below for you to check out because it's our way of giving a measurement to a frame that gives you an idea of how a frame actually fits practically. And you hear measurements like 54 and 56. Well, me personally, I tend to be in that 50, 52 eye size range, and so 54 is always way too big, but the 54 version of this frame is actually small on me. It is very small because of the more sporty, aggressive wrap that you get on this. And I say sporty and aggressive because we're talking about eyeglasses. This has a 6-base lens curvature, which not only is uncommon, like I mentioned, in eyeglasses, but especially uncommon in a semi-rimless design. And so lots of things that are very interesting about this frame outside of, I mean, look at that temple design. It is wild. And you do have unobtainium on the grip. You do have those pillow-like nose pads. There is adjustability on both the temples and the nose bridge, of course. Also available in the sunglasses, which is why I said Wiretap 2.0 RX. That little clarifier there means that it's available in sunglasses and eyeglasses. And so if you like the idea of a full titanium construction, lightweight but still very durable, and a much more bold design and an interesting frame tech-wise, then you should definitely check out the Wiretap 2.0 RX, and then maybe even the Wiretap 2.0 in sunglasses. We're not talking about right now, but then you can kind of have the whole family. Take off your Wiretap sunglasses, put on your Wiretap eyeglasses. Anyway, that's enough. That's enough. That's the Wiretap 2.0. Next up, we have the Leadline RX. And you heard that little clarifier again, RX. That is because this is also available in a sunglass variant, so you can check that out. If you're looking for something that Oakley designed with women in mind more so, then this is a good frame to check out. It is available in 2 eye sizes as well. 52 and 54 lands you in an SFW of 127 or 130, which, if you're a man, you like this style, which is totally fine and acceptable, it'll land you at about a men's small or a women's medium. This is more of a lifestyle design. You do have grip on the nose, but you don't have any grip in the temples. You have more of a straightforward, really solid eyeglass frame here. It's probably more of that, Wayfarer. It's a little more of that kind of Wayfarer aesthetic, which I think is still a classic, all around, very approachable, great look. And so if you like how that looks and you want something that's a little bit different from it, then check out the Leadline RX. It does have the True Bridge or MNP nose bridge design, which I love because it is going to help them stay on your face that much better, because it really does. It grips quite well. Leadline RX. And last but not least, we have the Roundout. Oakley didn't forget about us small-headed folks. Probably made this with kids in mind, but it also works really well for just smaller-faced adults. And I love me a round shape. 2 eye sizes, 46 and 48, which gives you an SFW of 125 or 129. Size-wise, that'll land you at about a kid's large or a women's medium or a men's small, maybe even extra small. Very on trend with this round lens shape. It is O-matter frame construction on the front. You do have unobtainium ear socks and a lot of grip in the temples. The temples, speaking of which, are made out of stainless steel. So a little more weight, but it's more temple heavy, and I find that doesn't tend to affect your face. It'll put the weight a little more on the ears, but really and truly negligible. If you do pick this up, it might be something that you notice, but awesome frame. I'm a big fan of this, especially with all that grip in the temple. No grip in the nose, but it does have the keyhole nose bridge, which is very accommodating even with different nose bridge shapes and sizes. And definitely a good frame to check out. Woo! That wraps up the Spring 2021 eyeglass collection from Oakley. I really hope this video was exactly what you were looking for. Maybe you were entertained. Maybe you were interested in a new style now. There is so much to offer. By the way, we have more. Consider SportRx your online source for anything eyewear related. We have other Oakley sport roundups. We have best of guides as well as lens guides. Anything that you need. And when you subscribe, by the way, you're going to be the first to know when we drop any new content. By the way, if you decide to order from SportRx, thanks to our See Better guarantee, you never have to worry about getting something that isn't right or doesn't work for you. You have as long as 45 days with them to figure out if it works, and then you call us. We take care of you no matter what that means on our end. And also, we have opticians, certified, knowledgeable, friendly opticians who would love to help you get it right the first time. So reach out to us. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was interesting or valuable information in some way anyway. If so, give us a like. You can find relevant videos here, and like I mentioned, if you subscribe, you're going to hear about those relevant videos first. Also, we have great content on our social media outlets, and I would encourage you to check us out there as well. We are at SportRx.